right, welcome to the Super Bowl edition of A Glass a Day, where we feature a glass of wine every day paired with an easy-to-make recipe. Today we're going to feature Riesling from Chateau Ste. Michelle, and Riesling's one of my favorite wines just because it pairs with a good amount of things. So it'll go great today with our two easy Super Bowl recipes, some great snacks that we have prepared. So first off, just a little bit about Chateau Ste. Michelle Winery. They are the oldest winery in Washington State, and like I said, one of my favorites. We're featuring two today. This is the Chateau Ste. Michelle Columbia Valley Riesling. This is actually the #1 selling American Riesling, and also one of my very favorites to basically have in the house every day. Today's Super Bowl though, so we're going to take it up a notch, and we are going with their 2011 Eroica Riesling. And this is also from the Columbia Valley. This is actually made by Chateau Ste. Michelle, and they've actually partnered with Dr. Lucen from Dr. Lucen Estates in Germany. They have actually been making Rieslings for over 200 years in Germany, and it just seemed like a great match to pair up with Chateau Ste. Michelle in Washington, who's been one of the greatest Riesling sellers, for the past 40 years since they started planting Riesling grapes. Chateau Ste. Michelle really got to get known for the Riesling varietal in 1974, when their 1972 Johannesburg Riesling won a contest for Best Riesling in the Los Angeles Times. So I think that really catapulted it back then. And then in 1999 is when they started making the Eroica. So basically it's a combination of old world meets new world. It's fantastic wine. We're gonna go ahead, take a taste. Mark is going to go ahead and show you how these two Rieslings pair up with our fantastic Super Bowl appetizers.
All right. We love doing this, just making some great food and pairing it with our wine. So Renee picked these great, fantastic wines, and I'm just going to start with the first food we're going to make here. You could use any type of fish, or smoked fish. Smoked salmon is ideal for this recipe. Basically, the whole recipe could go with any type of smoked fish you have, but we're using a really specialty item called candied salmon that our local purveyor gets for us, and it's really delicious. So it goes great with this wine. It has a little bit of sweetness, but the fattiness of the salmon brings out the the acidic of the wines, and it's just delicious. So I'm just going to get started here, getting this salmon prepared, which basically comes in big, about 1-inch chunks from the store. We would have done it ourselves, but our smoker's broken. So really you just want a nice, a nice chunk, a little flaky. You don't want to chop it to death, but just get a nice little bit of that salmon going. Where you could get it right onto your pita chip and go from there. So that's the beginning. There's our salmon, and then what we add to it, it's really simple. I got here chopped about a half a cup of chopped cucumbers, kind of a decent sized dice in there, and then a little bit of celery, probably about a 1/4 cup of celery. Now all these items that I'm putting in, feel free, add extra. You want some more cucumber, go for the more cucumber, and then red onion, really fine chopped red onion. Throw that right in there. Same thing, if you want to add a little bit more red onion, we add a little bit extra because we like that flavor. And it really brings out the salmon, that little bit of red onion. And then on top of that, we're going to go with a little bit of mayonnaise just to kind of bind it together, bring it all together here. And the tiniest bit for us, take a little bit of that spicy mustard. Not too much there. We're just gonna just add a little bit of that spice. It takes, adds a little bite to the dish. And just bring it all together. You don't want to add too much of the mayo and the mustard. You want to taste the fish. You want it to be the highlight of the dish. And then our secret weapon here, which every time I've had someone taste this, they say to us, "What is that?" And it's a whipped cream cheese. It's already comes whipped at the store in the package. You just add that in, and again, it adds that fattiness to the dish, which goes great with the wines. It, brings out the wines, because the wines are sweet. They're on the sweeter side. The Eroica especially is a little bit dry and sweet, but it just brings that flavors out there. And then a little bit of salt and pepper here. Again, whatever you like for the flavoring. This is usually the time when Renee's not looking. I put a little extra pepper. And that's it. You got yourself this gorgeous smoked salmon dip. Then we're just going to get here in the bowl. And you could do this many different ways. As far as your presentation goes, you could put these on toast points. What we're doing today, which is because it's the Super Bowl, we're kind of doing the a pita chip style with it. And that's it. And if you want to get a little fancy with your friends coming over, throw a little parsley on top, and you got a beautiful salmon dip. The candied salmon dip with the pita chips there. The next one is probably the simplest appetizer that I could ever make here. These are just frozen edamame beans. Just buy them in a bag of 99 cents, $1, $2. Defrost them, get them into your Cuisinart, your food processor, and then just to get started, same thing. I just use a little bit of regular salt. Now I got a lot in here, so it might look like I'm putting a lot of salt, but it's really not. We love garlic salt. It's a good alternative to, chopping and peeling your regular garlic. So we just like to use it. It's convenient for us too. And then the pepper. I'm going to start off with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just to get it going. And then while it's going, you're just going to slowly add some more olive oil, drizzle it until you get the consistency that you're looking for. See, right there, I kind of heard everything come together, so that olive oil is doing its thing. And now your secret weapon, truffle oil, just another flavoring element. It gives a nice infusion to the dish. For me, it really brings out the wines that we're drinking it with. It's a nice fatty flavor, and then you're cutting it with this really nice sweet acidic wine that we're going to be drinking with it. So, and that's about it. Let's check the consistency here. See if we need any more. Oh my god. Just a little bit more salt. I told you there's a lot of beans in there, so you want to make sure you get that flavoring right before you put it on your dish. And then we're gonna, it needs just a tiny bit more olive oil. It seems like we're putting a lot in, but there's really a lot of edamame in there, so we're just gonna, yeah, looking good, huh?
Looks good.
So really quick, it's nice and simple and easy. You're just gonna take a nice little scoop there, do a little spread. Same thing with the dip. These we're doing the crostinis, so we're kind of preparing it because we want to make it look good for our guests on Super Bowl and kind of make their life easy so they're not doing all the work. I know you've all been staring at this big, gorgeous, beautiful block of cheese behind me, and what would a nice glass of wine be without some type of cheese, right? So we're just gonna, a little peeler, whatever you want to call it, apple peeler, or your regular household, you don't have to get fancy, but just take some of these strips right on top. Nice, gorgeous. Grab a little bit of these microgreens. Let's get some right on top there. And on top of all of this, besides the fact that these are so delicious, you're talking about edamame beans with some really good olive oil. And, you know, and some microgreens on top. And that's it. So you're talking healthy. That's a perfect dish for me right there. That's a Super Bowl Sunday.
Let's go ahead and taste some of this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This Eroica Riesling is, oh, it just smells so good. White peach, grapefruit, a little bit of lime. Oh my gosh, it's got the perfect amount of acidity and minerality to it. So delicious. I can't wait to pair it with this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try some of this smoked salmon.
Sounds like a great pairing.
So good.
Yeah.
Like Mark said, the creaminess of that cream cheese in there. Oh, the salmon. And the acidity of this wine, it is perfect together. And let's try it with the edamame as well.
A nice crunchy toasted crostini there. You know, and it's a beautiful little dish. You know, you got a nice little, the nice crostinis. People aren't expecting it. You're expecting your standard melted cheese and chili.
Fantastic. Well, cheers, and thank you so much for watching our glass a day. We'll see you next time.